Primetime. That's the name.
Primetime.
Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime, primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
I'm having nightmares right now.
Matt Hayes.
Big asses, big thighs, yeah.
And Leon Searcy.
Big bath to be on. Nothing says football like scented soap.
How you like me now?
Here we go, man. Beautiful thing about a short work week after the long holiday weekend, Labor Day weekend. We are already to home day as we are getting ready for some ball tomorrow night, the kickoff of the NFL season. That's worth celebrating. And your Jaguars at home on Sunday. Oh, that's a big old hell yeah, right?
Did you just say, oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're getting a little fired up, aren't you?
Absolutely, bro. This is my time of the year.
You better believe it. And it's so funny because we were all down at the stadium. Matt and I witnessed it when Leon was in the tunnel about to run out onto the field. You said it, Leon.
I had a flashback, bro.
Yeah.
I did. Really, it did. It was just something that came over me, just coming out of that tunnel,
and he
walking
said,
amongst those fans.
I want to kick their ass. I'm going to be honest. Like, when we were there, I kind of, took a step back a little bit.
I had to.
Because he was, blowing up.
That's because he said,
listen, bro.
He looked around, he goes, 25 years ago, I was right here.
Yeah.
And he just started getting all fired up.
I got fired up, bro.
It was good.
That's what I want from this team on Sunday, bro.
Yeah.
Home game, first game of the season. You know,
let's see some smoke.
I want to see some smoke.
Okay, this is cat on cat crime, and the Panthers don't belong. This team does. At least you hope. That's what you're trying to prove. But can't wait. All right, so how jacked are you guys? You guys can come in on the text line, 641-1010, text line designed by Lifetime Enclosure. We'd love to hear from you, especially daily as the build gets closer and closer, packing up your car on Friday or whatever, making sure you got your menu nailed down. Just have some fun with us today, tomorrow.
Maybe you're doing fried shrimp or something.
Oh, my gosh. So that is also worth a round of applause today.
Let it be known I paid my debts, Matt Hayes.
Yes, he does.
I paid my bets, Matt Hayes. I bet you that Florida State would not be Alabama. Florida State won. So I went to this place off of University where they sell shrimp, 3 pounds for $20. So I had to get 6 pounds.
So,
Had to get 6 pounds.
So 3 pounds for $20, so you thought yourself, what the hell?
Yeah, so I had to get 6 pounds of fried
He's
shrimp.
unreal.
You know?
He comes in with a boatload of fried shrimp.
Oh,
You're saying boatload, you're doing a disservice.
A boatload's a lot.
I mean, the ocean called.
Yeah.
They're running out of shrimp.
Yeah, that's where we're at right now.
And while I was waiting, there was it was a Florida State fan there, and I told him, I said, man, I had to pay this debt to Matt Hayes because he bet that Florida State would be Alabama. He said, man, I'm a Florida State fan. I said, oh, that makes it even better. And he said, man, give me a shout out. He's one of the truckers who's love to listen to the show.
Yes.
His name is FSU Jit.
Okay.
I can't make this up.
Nice.
FSU Jit. If you're out there, I told you I'd give you a shout out. Good seeing you at the seafood restaurant, and I paid my debt today.
Hey, that is awesome. We love all y'all. Whoever is out and about, riding around, and like we said, you guys are moving the freight. You guys are making deals happen. The merch is where it belongs when we need it because you guys are out there. And so we salute all of our truck drivers, man. They bust their tail. They're working hard all the time. All right, so we got plenty to get into today. Golf Club of Southampton, they bring you today's show. We will be out there later, the 9 after 5. Would love for you to join me, Joe C., on the tee as we clobber the golf ball for 9 good holes. Always a skins game along with it. Some food and prizes afterwards, so we would love to see you call 287-PLAY and coming out to the Golf Club of Southampton. Now, we are still kind of knee-deep in leftovers from that massive college football weekend. But we came back after the holiday weekend, and you guys kind of clobbered us on the text line. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know this. You don't know that. So we decided we would come up with I was wrong Wednesday, okay? I was wrong Wednesday. And we will admit, was wrong Wednesday. We will admit with our XLP Big Three, not just one mistake, but this one is deserving of an XLP Big Three. So 3 big ones that we missed over the first college football weekend. So we will do that coming up. And I'm sure you might have some as well, so you can remind us if either your bad picks or you listening to us make bad picks.
Dang, Leon, you okay?
Yeah, he dropped his phone.
I don't know what that was.
I didn't fall out the chair.
Okay.
I'm
But
Do we have to say that word? Can we just say we were misguided?
No, because he was. That's why Leon's having trouble right now because he started to say I was wrong and he dropped the phone.
I don't like to admit that I'm wrong.
I'm even gonna have to practice this. Ralph, I was ruined.
That's it right there. I was couldn't say it way back when. All right, so start thinking about that. Let's have some fun with it. We've got one of our coaches. We're going to start our rota of coaches, and we figured this opening week we would get Coach Mark Duffner on, Coach Gerald Ingram on, and then of course Coach Campo will visit with us on Friday, and then we'll have a rota of our linebackers coach, our running backs coach, every other week jumping in with us on XLP, and then we'll start our podcast with those two guys, both sides of the ball. So we are definitely looking forward to that. So as we look at it, Leon, 3.5 points right now. Okay, the total's around 46.5 if you look at Hard Rock Bet, and that means a couple of things. Both teams are being looked at right now as with the ability to score points. Okay, because you see a lot of totals anywhere around 42 to 48. That's probably what the NFL basically lives at.
It's a one-score league.
Yeah, and not all, and it's usually that 24-21, which is going to be a 45-point total. Yeah. Anyway, how are you feeling right now?
I mean, the fact that the Jaguars are 3.5-point favored in this game has a little bit to do with the fact that they're probably at home. Home field advantage does play a key when it comes to these kind of matchups or whatever, because quite frankly, both of these teams are not deserving of being the favorite based upon the way they played a year ago.
Yeah, they collectively totaled 9 wins.
Yeah, that part right there.
Yeah.
So I think Jacksonville's going to get the advantage because they're playing at home and the atmosphere and all this kind of stuff. So that's why I think they're because if it was in Carolina, I think the Jaguars will probably still be favored, but maybe by 1.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know.
You don't
about
think
that.
so?
You don't think so?
No, I don't
Really?
think about that.
Home field's usually worth a field goal.
Yeah, field goal.
That
And like
might
I
be
said-
like a pick'em or Panthers by 1.
Well, the Panthers had a better record last year.
It did.
Yeah.
So that's probably the
Did
number
they?
one thing.
Did they?
To your point, is that they would probably be
But, you
favored.
know,
And it's home field, and it's That's,
And so that's usually worth a field goal. But I want to know where guys are at, what's your gut, right now, what you're thinking. What has to happen? Pretty simple. We've been talking about it a bunch. Team needs to start fast. Team needs to get the ground game going. Team needs to make sure the back end is pretty solid. Create some pass pressure. See if you can rattle Bryce Young compared to whether or not this team's going to be able to block and keep Trevor from being rattled. They're pretty obvious what has to happen for this game to go in the right direction.
Go ahead, Matt.
I was just going to say the obvious thing. I love what you said, and you're right about everything you said, Joe. But at the end of the day, 16's got to play well. If he doesn't, they're not winning.
Oh, yeah.
That's the key to everything. It's the key to the season.
Well, I think both of them, Carolina's saying the same thing. Bryce Young has got to play well for them to succeed.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Bryce last year, he was benched last year. And sometimes the pine can inspire you. Because the
Greatest motivator.
Yeah, the greatest motivator is the pine now sometimes. But then when he got back in the games at the back end of the season, he's played well.
Yeah.
All right. So that might be some carryover into this season. But yeah, you're right. This is all about momentum. This is about being at home amongst the home crowd and feeding off their energy, starting fast, finishing fast, getting 3rd and 1, stopping 3rd and 1s, being opportunistic on their defensive side of the ball, strip fumbles, interceptions, tip balls, that kind of stuff. Run the ball effectively, give Trevor a nice little pocket. All those things factor in, and that's a lot of stuff.
He's got to wake up on Sunday morning, look in the mirror, and say, "It's on me now."
Yeah.
It's just. I mean, honestly, we can break this thing down any way we want to. And like I said earlier, I thought you did a great job of that. He's got to look in the mirror and say, "This is now year 5. 5.
Right.
This is now year 5. I don't care about what's happened. I don't care about Herb. I don't care about Doug Peterson mailing it in. I don't care about they don't have enough pieces around me. It's time for me to take this team and seize the moment."
Yeah.
He's got to do that. Like if he's ever going to be the guy they think he can be, it's got to start now.
And the one thing that is the most important thing about what you guys are saying, and it's true, is that if he gets to that level, everything else is so much better.
Yes.
Everything else. We've been blaming everything else as the reason why he hadn't done it, but it gets so much better.
But that's everywhere.
If he plays
that's
well.
everywhere in football.
Yeah.
Pro, college. Look at the college games.
Yeah.
Alabama lost. Ty Simpson played poorly. Texas lost. Arch Manning played poorly.
Yeah.
You can go right down the line. The teams can lose big games because the quarterback doesn't play. Doesn't play well.
And Trevor's never had a stress test. We just talked about Bryce Young being benched, being inspired to play better.
Yeah.
There's never been a moment like that for Trevor. Trevor's always been handed to him in some capacity. There's never been a situation where he's been pulled because he's not playing well.
Like ever.
Right.
Ever.
Yeah.
Like all the way back to high school ever.
Yeah.
Back to Pop Warner ever.
Yeah, because so if stress doesn't come exteriorly, so at some point in time it has to become interiorly.
Yeah. From within.
From within. You've got to put that stress on yourself to be better. If this team's going to be better.
And I'll just remind everybody, Bryce Young's been through some as well, okay? Because he had Frank Reich. Frank Reich gets fired in the middle of the season. Who stepped up? Was it Steve? I'm trying to think of who stepped up in his. Anyway, he had an interim coach step up. It might have been Steve Wilkes. I'm trying to remember who it was. It was
Steve Wilkes, yeah.
Okay, so he steps up as the interim. He doesn't get the job. They go get Dave Canales. Like we said, he gets sat down, and now he's in his third year where they still don't know 100% is he that dude. So we'll get into all that today. But Mark Duffner, let's say hello to a man who was coaching in the game of football 50 years coaching, which is just crazy good. So we'll say hello to him coming up, what he thinks of this roster and this ball game. That is next on XLP. And then I was wrong coming up as well.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. Wake up with Hayes Carline and a big bowl of football.
Say you are what you eat.
On the Terminix Kickoff Show, prepared by Campione Law and American Electrical Contracting. 5 hours before kickoff on 1010XL.
Jags fans, a new Everbank Performance account could be your ticket to London this October. The Everbank London Getaway Experience. One lucky winner and a guest get round-trip airfare, hotel accommodations, and tickets to see the Jags play in London. Everbank.com/London for official rules. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the United States and D.C. 18 and older. Everbank London Getaway sweeps entry period 7/28/25 to 9/5/25. Enter and get official rules and details at everbank.com/London.
Are you 18 years or older? Just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? You have questions? Call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, it only costs for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by November 6th.
Hey, Hicken here. Celebrate the month of September with our friends at Zero Res and get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $139 plus the 4th room free. Take $100 off your air duct cleaning as well. Book online at ZeroResJacksonville.com and take advantage of these huge savings.
Your AC's broke, it ain't no joke. Call Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. FloridaHomeAC.com.
Ticket here for Action Garage Door. Nothing more frustrating than your garage door misfiring. When it does, I call Action Garage Door. They take action. Jeff and Art and crew, Jacksonville folks, not some big out-of-town chain. Something goes wrong with your garage door, take action. Check them out. Garage Door 911, GarageDoor911.com.
This football season, Hurricane Grill and Wings is your game day getaway. Catch every play with the perfect drink in hand. Handcrafted cocktails like a millionaire margarita, spicy guavarita, old-fashioned, or the Red Bullarita. Beer more your style to watch the games? Enjoy an ice-cold Bud Light. Game day cocktails and Bud Light specials are here all season long at Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find a restaurant near you at hurricanewings.com.
The best value for golf in Jacksonville remains Cimarron. Totally reestablished with new tee boxes, improved fairways and greens. Also a brand new restaurant with indoor and outdoor settings and live music. Join the Wild One loyalty program online at Cimarron Golf. When's the last time you played Cimarron? Cimarron Golf Club on 210, the Wild One.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, another great guest on the Checkmate Coatings phone line.
Hello.
Your floor's missing piece.
It's game week, and I know every player like Leon Servsey gets jacked up. You get full focus, zeroed in on the opponent. Coaches, I'm guessing, do the exact same thing. We'll call him our linebackers coach for now, but he's been in the National Football League as a defensive coordinator, as a linebackers coach for a long time, coaching at the head coaching level in college as well. We welcome in Mark Duffner. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Joe. How about you?
We're doing outstanding. You did now. You're going to be in here at least every other week on the show, and then also doing the podcast every week. But you did miss out on some fried shrimp from Big Sur's today.
Oh, well, let me tell you what. I've missed out on a lot of good stuff Sir brings in. He's a very, very generous guy.
Hey, Coach, we'll make you a plate. I get you a 10-piece.
We'll get an intern to drive it there.
We'll get DoorDashed it to you. All right, so let's talk about just the feeling, Coach, when you are coming through training camp. You've coached up a group of 90. I know your position group wouldn't have that many, but let's just say 10, 12 guys that you might have been looking at from the linebackers room. 30 plus, 40 plus, if you're looking at it as a defensive coordinator's point of view. Now the roster is narrowed down. What are you thinking? What's going through your head right now?
Well, I mean, I'm anxious to see these guys perform now, and you're anxious to confirm and validate the decisions that were made to put that roster together, because those are very, very tough. You know, you get close to these guys, and especially if they're guys that are effort-filled like you hope they are, and so there's tough decisions when you make those cuts. But now you're anxious to see these guys go out and perform in a winning way.
Now, Coach, what are you expecting if you're defensive coordinator? What are you expecting from your marquee guys? Your Allens, your Trayvon Walkers, your Tyson Campbells. They've got to play above grade, don't they?
Without a doubt. No, I'm expecting. Frankly, I'm expecting our best players to play their best. I mean, we've got to have them do that. That's what they're being paid for. That's what they're part of the team for. That's why they're who they are. So, yeah, we need them to play their best, and we need them to make plays when we need them the most. So, it's game on right now. So there's no more ifs and buts or I thought never made a play. We need production now.
I love that. I thought never made a play. Mark, we were talking last segment, and I mentioned the fact that it's year 5 for Trevor, and I was thinking he's got to wake up Sunday morning, look in the mirror, and say, it's now or never, man. It's year 5. Do you think that Liam Cohen has had that conversation with him? Look, it's year 5. You need to prove who and what you are right now.
I think that he's had a similar conversation, Matt. I do. I think that I think the fit between Liam and him is good. I think Liam's not a just soft guy in terms of trying to be always positive with him. I think he's very direct, and players appreciate it when you're open and direct with them, when you're fair with them. They, good players, great players want to be pushed, and you've got to push everybody to be the best they possibly can. So I think he's had that conversation, and I think that based on what the team's put around Trevor and what I think they're going to try to do offensively in their scheme, I think it is going to be a very positive season for him.
We're talking with Mark Duffner, our linebackers coach, as we look at this game, Jacksonville versus Carolina, 1 o'clock kick. You'll hear it all right here on the Superstation. So game plan with us a little bit. Weaknesses that you think you might be able to attack if you're Jacksonville on the defensive side of the ball. Carolina, we at least picture them last year, Coach, running the ball pretty effectively, and then Bryce Young starting to hook up with some of those weapons. What would you try and neutralize first?
Well, I think the first thing you got to do is stop that running game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Carolina, has gotten better as far as that's concerned. I mean, Chuba Hubbard is about 65% of their running game, and I think he was 8th in the league last year. They've added Dowdle from 1,000-yard plus rusher from Dallas, who also I think caught over 40 balls, was a really good receiver. So, I think we've got to come out and establish the run game and start to put the pressure on the quarterback, and in essence, make it difficult for him, make him be the guy that beats us, not the running game, because the quarterback's shown a lot of inconsistency in his play, although he got better as the year went on last year.
Coach, believe it or not, I can't wait for this team to face some adversity because they didn't handle it well last year in the game one against the Miami Dolphins when Travis Etienne, when he fumbled the ball, this team just unraveled. There's got to be conversations on that sideline between the offense and the defense that says, okay, he fumbled, defense, we're going to get a stop. Offense, we're going to go down and score. I didn't see those kind of conversations last year when Etienne fumbled the ball and this team unraveled and lost.
Well, that's the attitude of the defense has got to be, and for the team, is that, hey, we're not going to beat ourselves. We're going to beat the opponent, and it's all about us. And when adversity strikes, we're putting the fire out. Defense, we're going to go out there and get the ball back. Offense, we're going to control the football and score points. So it's not that hard. It's an attitude. It's a mentality, and I think that's what that lunch pail mentality is what I hope we see in the stadium on Sunday.
Mark, you've been watching the defense in camp and in preseason. Do you feel good about the unit? Do you feel like they can be a mid-level, like 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 ranked defense around there in the league?
Matt, I do actually. I think it's still going to be like I think still question marks are going to be for this team in the lines, both sides, and that's where you win. It's an overused sentence, I guess, but you win in the trenches, and that's critical. And I'm still not sure about that interior as far as on defense. It depends on who's in there and who's healthy. And I know they've made the depth better, but that's going to be a key. I think the edges will be good. I think the linebackers overall will be good there, but they're only going to be good as the front presents and plays. So, and then I think they've got enough talent in the back end, I think, to be good. So, or good enough. So I think they've got a shot at it for sure. We got to establish again a strong physical defense on Sunday. Get the ball back. Takeaways have got to be paramount in terms of starting this season with that, and then of course being a fundamentally good tackling team.
A few more for Mark Duffner, coached here in Jacksonville for a number of years and then wrapped up his coaching career last year coaching on the defensive side with the Bengals. So you've seen a lot of these players that we are talking about and breaking it down. I looked, the Jaguars released their depth chart yesterday, Coach, and the worst word you can see is or. But they now are down to 2 ors. One of them is a linebacker, one of them is a running back, and it's Tank or Travis at the running back position. It's Devin or Ventrell at the linebacker position. Is that saying, without saying it out loud, that the presumptive starter has not locked up his job?
I think it is, Joe. I really do, and I think it's a good thing. I mean, you've got to earn these things and earn starting positions, and obviously it looks like that there's still competition there, and you want that. You want healthy competition. I would hope by now that we pretty be settled into who those guys are. So, but if it's not, then it's got to be resolved on the field. And so, I think especially at the at that linebacker position with Ventrell and with Lloyd, that's got to present itself. That's got to be solved. And I'm still not sure how it's going to go. I think that the most athletic guy there is obviously Lloyd, but again, production has got to be a component with athleticism. Ventrell I see as a hard-nosed downhill type player and a pretty instinctive type player. So I'm anxious to see that play out. But the sooner they can get out of the oars and into I think the better.
Now, Coach, when I was with the Steelers, Ron Earhart was our offensive coordinator, and he used to give us our top 10 list. And in our first 5 plays, he would get the offensive line. He would say, offensive line, what do you want to run? I think the same sentiment should be here in Jacksonville. I mean, if you want to set the tempo for the rest of the season, you give the offensive line the opportunity to get it done come week 1 against the Panthers.
No doubt. I think you're dead on, Leon. And again, I think communication from players to coaches on that. And, you want that on both sides of the football. I always, as a coordinator, I always met with our players Thursday and Friday, especially our leaders on defense, and said, okay, tell me what is too much, what you don't understand, what there's any gray on, we're going to throw it out. And I could give a flip if the opponent knew what we were going to do, as long as we knew what we're going to do. And I'd say that the same on offense. I think our O-line and the runners, the running backs that we've got, which I think are the three that I think are going to play, are pretty darn good. And I would come out, we want to be a team that is more physical, that strains more, that establishes and wins the line of scrimmage. I think if we come out of that game with that as building our identity, that'll be a real plus.
Mark, so the first time adversity hits, and it will hit, there's no doubt about it.
Sure.
Do you hope that this team doesn't fall into the here we go again, or do you cut that off like right before the game, or have you done it this week where you explain, look, this is not like last year, or do you hope that what you've done over the last 8 months kind of bleeds through and takes over?
Well, I would suspect that the coaches have built a theme and built a mentality, or certainly a message to them from the very beginning of how we're going to face adversity, how we're going to play. And I've heard, you always hear smart, tough, and fast, and physical, and resilient, and all those type things. Well, the words are one thing, and the actions are the other thing. And so I think that throughout the off season and the spring and in the training camp, you put them in situations where there are some adverse situations, and you got to practice adversity. In addition to, you got to practice sudden change. You got to practice these things. If you don't, then shoot, you're not going to be prepared for it. So I think that the little things in terms of the message, but also how you practice it, how you demand it, how you talk about it not in a very generic way, but a direct way that, hey, we're putting the fire out. We're going to establish things. We're going to not going to. That's what our mentality, that's what our standard is. And then you've got to back it up. And so I would suspect that all that has been addressed, and there is no here we go again. That's eliminated from their thoughts and any kind of words that they're talking.
Yeah, that would be something big if they can turn that major corner. Coach, we appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you as we crank up our podcast, Both Sides of the Ball, with Mark Duffner and Gerald Ingram next week. We look forward to seeing if we come through with victory on week 1 of the NFL schedule. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Joe. Appreciate it, man.
All right.
Thanks, Mark.
All right.
And so Coach Duff, I'm sure he's got a feeling right now that they can pull off a dub based on what he's seen. We've all seen it in practice. He's seen it from an NFL coach's eyes. You're seeing it from former NFL players' eyes. We've been watching this team. It looks like there was certainly an uptick in talent, but still a crapshoot.
Yeah. I mean, because the coaches, they give us the ingredients, but we got to cook. We got to cook.
Yeah.
It don't matter what they say, X's and O's. We still got to go out there and perform.
Yeah. Simple as that.
Simple as that.
And there's not that many new ingredients, actually. There's a few.
Right.
We were talking about this during the break. I mean, it's essentially the same team with a few different players.
Yeah.
And so it's got to be something that is change has to be like fundamental. It can't just be like surface stuff.
Yeah.
It's got to be, this is the change and this is how it's going to happen.
So you're saying we got a lot of garnish and not enough protein?
No, I'm just saying, no, look.
Get rid of the oregano.
I'm just saying, how much better is Hainsey than Mitch Morse? How much better is McCary than Sheriff? We go over the guys that were added, and you don't really know. You don't know what you have.
Yeah, that's true.
And it looks like a lot like what they had last year, including an electric, but again, we don't know what he's got. Rookie at receiver and corner.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's got to be Trevor. It has to be Trevor, because Mark has said this to us many times. They knew no matter what, they had the quarterback who could bring them back with the Bengals. Right. And that's where this franchise has to get that no matter what happens on the field, offense or defense, 16 will always find a way to keep them or win the game.
Yeah. All right, let's make this 10-10 take real quick on that note.
Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pit master since 68.
Stroll on into any one of your areas, Sonny's. You're hungry right now. You already put in half a good day's work. Make sure you get rewarded with a good meal at Sonny's. Lunch, dinner, catering, tailgating when you're getting ready for the big game. Check out Sonny's Barbecue. Ingredients are important, like we all have said. And now it comes down to execution. Can you do what you are supposed to do, play in, play out? And even though there's a lot of the same pieces, it's the instruction, accountability, and game planning that these coaching staffs on both sides of the ball hopefully are going to be able to be better at than the last regime was. Can you take this team into every kickoff with the feeling that you've got enough in the toolbox to win? And we're going to find out if they can do that, challenge them, make them be better players than they were a year ago. Both lines of scrimmage, if we are being real, has hardly changed.
Yeah.
And both lines of scrimmage are hugely important for this football team to be successful. So the coaches are just as important when it comes to all this. That's the 10-10 take. That's for sure. We'll find out whether they can marry up a little success with the guys that were in the building, along with the
I hate using this word, but I hope you're right.
Yeah. Oh, believe me.
Hope is not a plan, but I hope you're right.
But right now, hey, we praying. Yeah. Okay.
Well, you're hoping that the guy. Well, hope is not a plan.
We praying.
Yeah, we just listen. Both lines of scrimmage, you're hoping that they got more heart and more will than they had last year. That's all you can ask for. And execute at a much higher level.
Yep. Coordinators on both sides will be key. All right, we'll keep it rolling. Golf Club of Southampton Wednesday. Call 287-PLAY. Get on the tee sheet tonight. Come on out and talk some ball. We would love it. 9-hole game, skins game, food, prizes. It's all waiting for you at the Golf Club of Southampton.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. Now, the Florida Gator Report on 1010XL, brought to you by San Jose Collision.
Your Florida Gators start the 2025 season off 1-0 after a dominant 55-0 victory over LIU last weekend. This Saturday, they'll face a fiery USF Bulls team fresh off their win over number 25 Boise State. That game will air on 92.5 FM this Saturday at 4:15.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm dedicated to helping businesses manage risk, maximize opportunities, and move their company forward. Jimerson Burr attorneys are business-oriented lawyers, equally comfortable as community leaders, private transaction counselors, or courtroom advocates. If you have a legal issue of any kind affecting your business, contact the firm at 389-0050 or jimersonfirm.com.
Football is a game of inches, and at Front Runners Tap House, every inch counts. Catch every big play on their massive 396-inch giant television. The ultimate game day experience is waiting for you at Front Runners Tap House inside the Community First Igloo.
Plan ahead this year and order your home holiday decorating from Kuhn Flowers. They'll take care of all your Christmas tree setup, lighting, and decorating hassles. This is Max with 1010XL. Call on Kuhn Flowers. They'll do it all this fall.
Reclaim a pain-free life with Rebound Rehab. If you've been injured or simply feeling the effects of an active life, you can rely on Rebound Rehabilitation to get you back in the game. Sitting on the sidelines isn't any fun. Trust Rebound Rehab's team of trained physical therapists to get you back up to speed and feeling full again. Now more convenient than ever. 11 locations to serve you, including new offices in Riverside across from St. Vincent's, Point Meadows, and Middleburg. Just log on to reboundrehab.com to see all they've got to offer.
If golf is your thing, you'll want to check out Hidden Hills Golf Club. At Hidden Hills, we simply love the game. We take great care of our golfing friends. Check us out at hiddenhillsgc.com. We look forward to seeing you at the club.
Want your son or daughter to enjoy sports year-round? Then log on to I9 Sports with fall and winter registration open right now, including girls volleyball at Duval Charter Bay Meadows, plus plenty of other spots and sports on the First Coast. i9sports.com. Enter 1010 for a discount.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, Hicken here. I couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it. Visit their beautiful showroom today off Atlantic Boulevard. Find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. And whether you want a car, a truck, SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet has it. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, no problem. MooreChevy.com is easy to navigate as any site you will try. It's never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Jaguars football is officially back. Be there as number 2 overall draft pick Travis Hunter, quarterback Trevor Lawrence, and new head coach Liam Cohen take the field for the first time during the 2025 NFL regular season. Secure your seats for when the Jaguars take on the Panthers September 7th by going to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you at the bank.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
I'm even gonna have to practice this. Ralph, I was ruined.
12:37, XL Primetime, Hurricane Hall of Famer, a Hall of Fame lunch bringer, bet payer offer, Big Leon Cersei today. Matty Hayes, check out his stuff at USA Today Sports. Joe C, JJ, as we were having a good time today. Golf Club of Southampton Wednesday. So we have arrived at a point in the show where midweek, like we came off the holiday weekend, so we saw so much football, and we thought we knew kind of what would happen when it all played out. Well, it didn't all happen the way we expected. So as a result of that, we have to come forth with some apologies. So hit it, JJ.
I was ruined.
It's so hard to say.
Is this going to be a weekly feature? Is that
you better believe it.
It might have to be a weekly feature.
Yeah, it is, because Leon even dropped his phone earlier.
I dropped my phone because
I would say it's pretty easy to find things that all of us were wrong about every week.
Not me.
Won't be any difficult decision.
I tell TLD, the lovely Diane, all the time, I said, you don't need to ask me when was the last time I was wrong, because I'm always wrong, okay? I'm never right, all right? I'm the king of dumb ideas, and I definitely have a lot of wrong opinions. So, Big Sur, we're going to treat this with a laundry list of things we got wrong as our XLP Big Three today. First thing you got wrong.
First thing I got wrong. Well, here's the thing. I rooted for the whole state of Florida to win over the weekend.
Very unselfish.
Very unselfish like. But I did not, even though I rooted for them, I did not think that Florida State was going to be Alabama. I really didn't. I thought that Alabama was good, especially on the first drive. When they went right down there and scored a touchdown, I said, this is over. They're going to pummel them. Florida State's going to be over. They'll be 2-11. Well, I was just saying that. And then as the game turned, and I saw Florida State playing with energy on both sides of the ball. They were getting after him. They were getting after the quarterback, stopping the run. And then Castellano, that's his name, right?
Castellanos.
Yeah. I mean, the quarterback sneaks and counters and the running game and the passing game. I was like, Florida State is doing something. They might be a little scary today. So I was wrong. Even though I rooted for the whole state of Florida, and then my Miami psyche said, Florida State ain't going to win. There ain't no way they're going to win. And they did. So I'm proud of them. I said
all right, Matt.
I was wrong on any number of things, actually.
Yeah.
This past weekend.
We're going in big order here.
Beginning with Baylor on Friday night. I thought Baylor would beat Auburn. And
by the way,
I'm shocked that Jackson Arnold barely threw for 100 yards and they won that game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Barely threw for 100 yards. That's not going to, I might be wrong again. That's not going to cut it in the SEC for Auburn. No way. Yeah. No, you better be able to throw the ball or they're not going to win.
Well, so, I do appreciate that you immediately came out of the gate with something you were wrong about, because one of our texters on the text line, Design a Lifetime Enclosure, says, Matt Hayes can never admit he's wrong. This won't work. And it's already worked. I
was also wrong about Ohio State.
Okay, you want to spread them out to Big Three? You got like 43 you're going to get.
Oh, I was probably wrong by like 4 or 5 things.
I know, I was too. Yeah. I had to jam in the biggest 3 that I was wrong about.
All right. We're going 3, so it's 1 each. Then we're just going to go.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, we'll just keep going. So Baylor's one of yours. Mm-hmm. One of mine that I was just 100% wrong about was what Clemson's defense would do to LSU's offense. and the opposite ended up being the case.
They still look pretty good on defense.
Yeah, they did, but I just thought they would be better, and I didn't think. And the main reason I thought that, JJ, is because with the offensive linemen that LSU shipped off into the NFL and the lack of run game that they had a year ago, I did not think they would be able to protect and give Nussmeier time to do damage.
One of his biggest plays, he was rushed out of the pocket. It was like a third and long, late in the third quarter. But I feel like Clemson's defense was not the reason they lost.
It's so funny, though.
If you would have said before the game you give up 17 points.
True.
It's
like we said.
Well, it should have been 24, okay?
Yeah, because all these games we're talking about, like even Miami, Notre Dame, there ended up being a 27-24 ball game. It still was low scoring for a long time in a lot of ways. So was Ohio State, Texas. So was LSU, Clemson.
Yeah, I think Clemson was 7-3 or 10-3 at half or something like that.
And so I just thought, and you're right that they did do their job. They just didn't get after them the way I expected. All right, next one.
All right, my next one is just when I thought the University of Florida couldn't find an opponent that was just god-awful, they do.
They did?
They absolutely did. I'm looking at the stats between this game. The Long Island University. I said it yesterday. You should be ashamed of yourself.
It's Long Island T University. I wish everyone would get this right.
Long Island T.
Wait. How is this that you're wrong?
I'm wrong because I didn't think University of Florida could be as
Bro, that ain't wrong. You're skirting the idea here.
No, I'm not skirting the idea. I could not believe that they would play a team like this. Can I have my moment? Don't steal my moment.
It's not the spirit of the argument.
It is the spirit of the argument. And you ain't the rule maker.
It does sound like you're just using this to take a shot.
Of course I am, JJ.
It was a convenient drive-by on his part.
Yeah, it was.
But I did enjoy the fact that they had 2 first downs.
They had like 89 yards.
They had 89 yards of total offense, bro.
It's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
All right, Long Island State University, a little more respect.
I said Bowles would beat him. Reigns would beat him by like 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Says you. All right.
In the spirit of wrong.
That's me. You're right.
Next one.
Me.
Next one.
My next one is, I was wrong about Ohio State. They returned only 3 starters on defense. They rebuilt their offensive line. It was Julian Saint's first start. He didn't play that well. Neither did Arch. Neither one of those 2 guys played that well. But Ohio State did what they do. They played smart. Ryan Day is a much better game day coach than he was 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. Much better.
Yeah.
He sees things now. He knows that games happen in blocks of plays. You know what I mean? And he sees it. And he's become a really good game day coach. He saw that they could win that game just by running the ball, by throwing safe throws, by not doing anything crazy. And that's exactly what they did. And Matt Patricia had an unbelievable game plan.
Yeah, he really did. He really did. So we may not be able to necessarily bury Arch after this one because of how good that game plan was. Whoever went up there was going to see that type of challenge from a very good defensive coordinator. All right, next one, our XLP Big Three that I was wrong about, there's no question about it, is that I thought Kalen DeBoer, a year into being an SEC head coach, suffering the lumps that they suffered a year ago on the road, that he would have a better prepared football team, that he would have a team that would be zeroed in on the task at hand. I fell back into the trap that it was going to be Alabama again, because that's what Nick had given to you. Whenever they failed, they succeeded the next time you saw them. And anyway, I failed. Or they failed. I was wrong about Alabama.
You kind of skirted it there as well a little bit.
How?
Because you said they failed, so I was wrong.
Well, they did.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they did. They sucked.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah, they sucked.
You guys are both kind of like skirting.
No. Listen, again, I think Leon made it correct with the statement earlier. You're not the rule maker.
I don't think either one of you can say I was wrong. Say it.
I was wrong. I just said it. Are you kidding me? Why are you trying to redo hours after you? I mean, come on. I was wrong about Alabama. I thought I picked him to be in the Natty.
You did.
Okay,
you did.
That's how wrong I was.
I can't wait till we're halfway through the season and we're doing I was wrong about previous I was wrong segment.
I was so wrong.
Because that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah. All right, one more.
My last one?
Yeah.
Well, I was wrong about Miami's ability to close the game out defensively. I was wrong about it. I didn't think they had it in them, especially from what I saw last year. And it doesn't help that JJ, before the game, sends me a text, hey, man, I just had a dream that Notre Dame went down on a 12-play drive and scored a touchdown. I'm like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing
all
that?
11 run plays.
And I'm going to tell you something. When I was watching the game and it was 24-24, I got nervous. I said, it's going to happen again. This is Syracuse all over again.
Yep.
And then we get the interception, we kick the field goal, and then our defense closed it out with pressure, stopping the run. And I hadn't seen none of that last year. None of that.
They didn't even get close to the 50-yard line.
This game last year, Miami loses.
Yeah.
They lose this game. They lose this game last year.
All right, one more quick one.
Yeah, those 4 snaps in the last series.
Yeah.
And Ruben Bain just took over.
Yes.
One more quick one.
I'm the LSU offensive line. I was wrong. I thought they would struggle in that game. They really held up well. They only gave up 1 sack. That's when Will Heldt just completely beat the left tackle. And Will Heldt is going to play in the NFL. He's a really good player. That's it. And Nussmeier played a great game. Great.
He did.
He moved around in the pocket and extended plays and made smart throws and didn't get too ahead of himself like he did last year when he made just really reckless throws. He didn't make 1 reckless throw in that game. Mm-hmm. He really played well.
Yeah, I was wrong. The last one, I was wrong about how Mike Norvell would handle the pressure. I thought it would be tough. I thought it would be much tougher than what they did. Now, Alabama seemed like just another team rolling into Tallahassee when Florida State had it rolling in the right direction. It was a totally different scene than what I expected. There weren't any anxious moments from him. And they took control of that game right from the jump. So I give him credit. I was wrong about the way I expected that to go down. All right, you guys let us know. Be willing to admit if you were wrong. 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway. 1010XL is your home for play-by-play on Bishop Kenny football.
It's 2 teams without a loss, and something's got to give on the banks of the St. Johns. Turquoise Creek, Bishop Kenny, Friday at 7 on 92.5 FM.
Brackish Vodka, the spirit of the sportsman and proud partner of the Jaguars, is now available at the Fresh Market Spirits and Wine. The Fresh Market Spirits and Wine is a new adult beverage store offering spirits, wine, beer, and accessories at A1A North in Ponte Vedra, a first-of-its-kind destination for thoughtfully curated spirits, wine, and beer as only the Fresh Market can. And now, you can get Brackish Vodka at the Fresh Market. Brackish Vodka, for whatever your sport is. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, so here's a reminder to get screened. Ackerman Urology has 4 convenient locations to help you put your prostate health first. Guys, don't put this one off. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On September 3rd, 1995, in their NFL debut, the Jacksonville Jaguars fought the Houston Oilers 10-3 with an attendance of 72,363.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Nothing like a hot shower. Wait, why is the water up to my ankles?
It's the dreaded clogged shower drain, hair, soap scum, and last week's mystery goo.
It's touching my toes!
Don't panic. Call the pros at Duck Duck Rooter. We'll tackle plumbing, septic, and even the nastiest shower clogs. Call 904-862-6769 or visit DuckDuckRooter.com. Duck Duck Rooter. When you're stuck, call the Duck.
Introducing the Jags Stack at Firehouse Subs. A sub so bold, we had to name it after the team that roars. Packed with protein and made to satisfy a football-sized appetite. It's stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, and roast beef. Topped with provolone fresh veggies and our new Duval drizzle. Order the new Jags Stack in the app right now. Available for limited time at participating Jacksonville Firehouse Subs restaurants. The hottest subs in Duval!
At Performance Painting, we've spent decades protecting commercial properties with durable, long-lasting coatings. And we can bring the same expertise when painting the exterior of your home. With industry-leading materials and a proven process, we extend the life of your home, reducing maintenance costs and preserving its value. Now, for a limited time, save $500 when you hire us to paint your home's exterior. Just mention 1010XL. Go to performancepainting.com to schedule a friendly estimate. Performance Painting. Repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting. Guys, your lawn's the home field. Now you can champion your St. Augustine grass. TopDressing.com just hit Jacksonville with a game-changing patented process. Aerate and transform your turf into a fairway-worthy masterpiece. Less water, shorter cuts, and the envy of every neighbor. No one else delivers a perfect 10 lawn like this. Visit TopDressing.com and dominate your block with the same process that golf courses use. Top dress your lawn like the pros with TopDressing.com.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here. You've heard me talking about Pella Windows and Doors. With great ratings and expert reviews, you know they're high quality and energy efficient products. So what's your next step? Schedule a free consultation at PellaJacks.com or just stop by the Pella showroom on Phillips Highway. Their professional design consultants will guide you through your entire project from start to finish. And that's the quality and service you can expect from Pella Windows and Doors.
Jacksonville, you voted, and Baker Glass came out on top. The Bold City Best Awards are all about locals choosing their favorites, and you picked them for Best Auto Glass and Best Glass and Mirror Service.
I'm back with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. We know what cool sounds like. XL Primetime. But what does it feel like? Find out at FloridaHomeAC.com. 1010XL.
Oh, it is a good day, man. Closer and closer to the kickoff of the NFL. We will have action tomorrow night. Full slate on Sunday, including your Jacksonville Jaguars. Can't wait. It'll all happen right here on your radio dial. 1010XL 92.5. Oh, FM. Thank you, Tony. We love it when you get excited like that. All right, listen, man. We know you guys are all pumped like Romo. So if you want to jump in, give us some ideas of what you think as far as this football team is concerned, because they take on Carolina, cat on cat on Sunday, and we'll see how it goes. And, of course, we're hoping the home team gets off to a 1-0 start. Very important. If you think about it, the first 7 games, we've all kind of gone through our record predictions, game by game and everything. This game, man, is huge in terms of trying to get off to, at the very least, a 500 start.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at the season like quarters. All right. I mean, you got 17 games now, of course, so you got to add one on to it. But this team, you got to start. You got to win at home first and foremost.
Yeah,
you absolutely got to win at home. You win your games at home and then go 500 on the road. That's playoffs.
Yeah,
that's playoffs all day.
Yeah. So if they can do that,
yeah,
and we know they got to steal a game here or there, but they also can't lay an egg here or there because they need to surprise some people. They can't be fooled by others. It's as simple as that. All right, so Liam Cohen was asked this question, courtesy of Jaguars.com, about what is he most, like, what's the best way to phrase it? Most nervous about, the great unknown.
Concerned about.
Yeah, most concerned about. Here's Liam Cohen.
You're always curious how you'll be able to run the football physically against another opponent, because you've gone against your own team and you get used to that, and so you get an evaluation only kind of based on yourselves in a few small samples in the preseason, like running the ball for 4 quarters effectively, staying with it, grinding it out when you got to get north of 30 carries maybe to go win the game. And, you're unsure of what that looks. I have confidence and belief, but you're not sure what that would truly look like. And then, making plays on the perimeter, right? Like that's something that you hope will show up, right? When a 50-50 ball opportunity comes, or the ball's in the air, like, are we coming down with it, or are they making a play on it? I think that's something that you're eager to go see as well.
Yeah, you want to see what the one-on-one battles look like.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the coaching staff already knows if we got furniture movers or not. All right, they know what they got dogs that going to fight.
How we always say, move the meat.
You either got pit bulls, you got lap dogs. All right, they already know.
True.
I mean, for him to be worried, he's been in the film rooms. He's watched the film. He's seen them go after their teammates. He's seen them go after other teams. You already know. You have an idea of what kind of dogs they're going to fight.
Okay, so riddle me this. Do you think, and I kind of agree with what Coach Cohen is saying, is because for him to get in other words, last year when he got Bucky Irving in the fold and they got into the regular season and he started calling plays, he knew what his run game was going to look like because he was playing full games and he was integrating this Bucky Irving into his offense. Whereas in preseason, they can't get lathered up. We don't really know what a full 60 minutes of ball is going to look like in the run game. Can you buy into that?
I guess so. I guess when he was at Tampa, I mean, you got a perennial All-Pro at left.
He had some linemen.
And then you got young linemen.
That's your point. That's your point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got young linemen who are hungry and willing to fight. I mean, if you look at this team, you got a collection of misfit dolls, man. You do. You don't really know if you got. Ezra's had a good camp. Walker Little, Anton, they're up and down. They're up and down. Your man Patrick, he came from a good running team. Can he be as effective he was with the Ravens? And then you got Hainsey, a guy that was really a backup at Tampa.
Right.
So there's a lot of uncertainty in all this.
And the other one, Walker Little, you want him circa 22, and you want Anton, circa 23, because those were their best years. Mm-hmm. And it was Walker late in 22, and it was Anton as a rookie. But neither one of them have been able to duplicate that. They really haven't. No. And so, I'd be worried about that too.
I look at this thing as I've heard a couple of people on this station say this, that a couple of the hosts say, it's just one game. You'd like for them to win. They lose. The world's not coming to an end. I disagree. You can't lose this game. You cannot lose this game.
A must-win week one.
This is
for my mom's sake.
Right. Yeah. If for nothing else. Yeah. For Mrs. LaSelva.
And it's so funny because
there's you've done so much to try and change the narrative of this franchise for 8 months. Everything. The young guys. Tony Baselli's now part of the group. You're going a different direction the way you draft. You make a
Jimmy
huge
Gladstone's
gamble.
is running.
Yes, you make a huge gamble in the first round. You've done everything you possibly could to change we always call it, Leon, the funk. Mm-hmm. To rid the funk.
Yeah.
You cannot go out and lay an egg at home against a bad Carolina Panthers team.
I'm with you, man.
You've got to win that game.
Yeah, because you got to separate this bad and that bad.
Because I fear if you lose that game, that's something that will resonate.
Yeah. I don't like when you say stuff like that. We're going into the 1 o'clock hour, and I'm going to believe
I don't like saying stuff like that.
It's so funny because JJ has risked his mother's life on this game. Okay,
I know. I only do that when I'm very, very sure of things.
Yeah.
Well, you did it one time before, and she should be dead already.
Yeah, that was
not. Fortunately,
it's been a few years though.
Yeah,
I'm confident, man. Honestly, I think that this offense is going to be awesome on Sunday.
Yeah, I don't think she knows.
I can't say the same about defense. No, she doesn't. I haven't told her yet.
Yeah, exactly. Only tell her after her life is safe again, okay? Because otherwise, I don't want her to worry.
If it's not, if they lose, then what? Do you tell her then?
Well, we're going to have to call her.
Well, there's no need to tell her at that point.
We are going to have to call her.
We are going to have to call her.
It is XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. Hang out with hacker Leon and Coach Gerald Ingram. The window world of Northeast Florida, 5th quarter. Live from Hurricane Grill and Wings, San Marco. 2 hours after the final whistle on game day. Nailed down by Apex Roofing and Contracting.
Leon Cersei here from MLXL. The doctor says your testosterone is normal. Normal for who? Beta males? That's outdated thinking. MLXL used optimum levels when you were 25. Daily dosing, multiple hormones, personalized to you. Not some insurance company's spreadsheet. This is precise medicine, not sick care. Get your first test today at TryMelXL.com. Start being optimal.
Attention ladies. The Ladies Florida State Championship is returning to Best Bet Jacksonville from September 18th to the 21st. Highlights include a World Poker Tour mega satellite, a free Q&A session with the Poker Hall of Famer and First Lady of Poker, Linda Johnson, and Women's Poker Hall of Famer, Jan Fisher. It includes the $300 No Limit Hold'em Ladies Championship Tournament and the $200 Kings and Queens No Limit Hold'em event. Don't miss this action-packed weekend. For all the details, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
It's the start of our favorite season in Jacksonville, football season. Let's get hyped and let's get the home in tip-top shape and let's get that house zero-resified. Carpets, tile, rugs, upholstery, hardwood, they'll take care of you. Call the folks at Zero Res right now, 287-5727. Ask for the 1010XL special. Get your 3 rooms of carpet cleaned at $139 plus a 4th room free. Zero Res. Spell it forwards or backwards. It spells the same. Zero Res.
Zero Res. There's a storm brewing in Coral Gables. Find out which way the wind is blowing.
I'm JJ LaSelva. When hurricane news blows, you'll hear about it on the Performance Painting Hurricane Report.
On 1010XL.
Hey, it's Joe C. Summer in Jacksonville means the sun is hot, the grills are fired up, and your water heater probably full of sludge.
Nah, not mine.
Think, when was the last time you flushed your water heater out? It's okay, you could say it.
Probably never.
Flushing a water heater each year improves its efficiency and extends its lifespan.
They sure don't make them like they used to.
So call Roland Reese Plumbing for a routine water heater flush out and any other plumbing needs. 260-7059 or at plumberandjacks.com. Roland Reese Plumbing.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Beard's Diamonds is where Jacksonville shops for engagement rings and fine diamond jewelry. Hicken here. Beard's Diamonds at the St. John Town Center stand out in a big way. They're local. The owners are part of the community. Say hi to the Lupos. For more than 40 years, the money spent at Beard's doesn't go to Wall Street. It stays right here in our community. And here's the best part. You don't compromise on anything. Beard's has the best selection of diamonds in Northeast Florida, hands down. All hand-picked by the local owner. They don't have to jack up prices to meet a corporate bottom line. Beard's doesn't have commission salespeople. They have trusted advisors. Beard's has all the top names in bridal jewelry like Decoria and Viraggio. Beard's guarantees to give you a better price, a better value, period. Listen, a lot of these chain jewelry stores are all owned by the same mega conglomerate. They may have different names, but they are all the same owner. Beard's is your locally owned alternative, beholden to the people of Jacksonville, right here, not Wall Street. Don't buy a diamond ring or any piece of jewelry without taking and talking to my friends at Beard's. Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center.
Hacker here, and you guys know I always tell you the benefits of Awaken 180 weight loss. Well, I had another one last week. I went down to Disney for Mickey's not-so-scary Halloween party, right? And I actually dressed up in a costume along with my wife and my son. Now, 100 pounds ago, I would not have ever dreamed of dressing up in a costume nor getting my picture taken because I didn't want to get my picture taken. I didn't want it plastered all over the internet with the way I look. But thanks to Awaken 180 and losing over 100 pounds, you get more confidence. You can wear costumes now. You can be part of the family fun. It's just another benefit that Awaken 180 provides. It's a healthy lifestyle. I'm in the maintenance program now. It's absolutely awesome. Again, I cannot possibly recommend Awaken 180 enough. Losing weight has changed my life. If it's time to change your life, go to awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800. If I can do it, you can do it. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. Florida State senior quarterback Tommy Castellanos is a Manning Award Star of the Week, and Davey O'Brien, great 8 honoree after leading Florida State to a 31-17 win over number 8 Alabama. Right now, 85 degrees at 103, time and 10, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
All right, to some of you, this may mean nothing. To others, it may mean everything, including our own RJ Saunders, who was almost in tears at this news. The NFL, the NBA have worked together with the authorities in Egypt to take down Stream East, the popular streaming website that has over 1.6 billion visits, has, I think I saw like hundreds of millions of visits to the website per month. It is shut down. So now you guys this weekend, right before the NFL, you're going to have to find another streaming website or stop stealing cable.
We are in trouble.
The Pirates.
So the cord cutters, the ones who want to pirate this stuff and not pay for it, 1.6 billion to that site. Holy cow.
I thought the NFL wanted to go international. What's the problem?
Oh, yeah. They're trying to grow the game.
No.
They
want you to pay for it.
They want you to pay for it.
136 million monthly visits.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, they want to grow the game with an ATM machine.
So apparently these guys were running it out of Egypt.
That is why.
And had 80 unauthorized domains.
They probably had a call center going on the other side, too.
I'm sure they had a lot of stuff going on.
How may I help you?
There was a lot of, strange sports news today. Earlier this morning, we saw the Kawhi Leonard has been doing some Tony Soprano tricks when it comes to having a job that you don't show up to and you get paid for. Apparently, Steve Ballmer was paying him upwards of $28 million to not show up to some tree cutting type company situation. He was supposed to, I don't even know what he was supposed to be doing. Yeah. But he didn't have to do it. And now the NBA is definitely looking into that for messing with the salary cap.
Yeah, honestly,
that could be bad news.
Yeah. And if you circumvent the salary cap, and you're going to be stripped of draft picks, you're going to be fined heavily. Who knows? But he was already, at least to my recollection, he was already making a boatload on the books, was he not?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of crazy. And they haven't gotten exactly out of that LA Clipper.
Yeah, he hasn't been playing a lot.
That deal that they wanted. When you think about it,
JJ, with that streaming account, those people know when the NFL get close. That's a burner account, bro.
And those two guys are probably fall guys.
Yeah, they let them have it.
Yeah, because what was it you had? They said they had countless addresses and
80 unauthorized domain names. So that if you got 80, you probably got 100.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And guess what, folks? There's plenty of other streaming websites.
Okay, so here's
good luck, NFL.
But here's another dumb question. Yeah, because you're right. Someone else will try and do it just for the love.
There's hundreds more.
Yeah, so just for the love of doing it. But this is a dumb question because I always like when you find these sites. Why? Because you don't have to pay for anything. So how did the two dudes in Egypt make anything?
Probably just on the side of the websites, you see all these ads everywhere.
Okay, so there are ads there.
Oh yeah,
I know with Grandma's TV and all that, you had it.
Grandma Streams, yeah, that was Matt's favorite a few years ago. I think he's shut down now.
Yeah, and I was trying to think of the other one that was really, really solid.
Crack Streams, Buff Streams.
It begins with a J. Jason. I
don't know.
Anyway, but then I wonder if they also were able to steal
Justin TV is what you're thinking.
There you go, Justin TV. Thank you.
What an American hero these people.
He was. And so I wonder if they were stealing people's data, like they were selling that. Maybe that's how they made money.
I don't know. They have so many freaking ads on those sites, though.
Yeah.
They're making buku cash on that.
And all you're doing is you're logging on and then just trying to immediately get to the stream as fast as you possibly can. All right. Well, on that note, we will have Scott Hansen from the NFL Red Zone coming up.
Hey, for Scott Hansen. He deserves it. If anyone in media deserves it, it's the guy who doesn't go pee for 8 hours on Sundays.
And that's dedication,
for our benefit.
Devotion, his stick-to-itness is incredible. So we will be talking with him a little bit later on. All right, so we got some thoughts as far as the Jags are concerned, as far as the NFL kickoff coming up tomorrow night, then the full slate on Sunday, and then what happened over the weekend from this past Saturday. I feel like maybe this might happen a little bit later on in the week, but we got to figure out which one of those teams, and we asked this question a little bit yesterday, which one of those teams impressed us the most and which one of them look like they're jettisoned to be bad. And most people are probably going to answer Alabama is jettisoned to be bad. And then maybe LSU might have been the one that surprised people that I don't know how many people thought they were going to look as good on both sides of the ball as they did. And we'll see if it lasts. Because if we've learned anything in college football, every time we think we know something, it does not last. There's always something that's going to come up and slap you in the face and shake you up a little bit.
You're saying you're wrong.
Well, yeah. I've already said that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just double checking that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've already said that. But follow that with something else other than that. Just a little more insight. Please.
What did you say they're jettisoned to be?
Yeah. Just they're jettisoned. What journalists?
What is jettison? They're jettisoned to be?
Get them out of here.
Okay.
Listen, don't come to me with your wordsmith stuff, okay? You octogenarian, okay? Don't come to me with that. They've been
Joe's been thinking about that all weekend.
To that end, honestly, that the game at the end of the month is going to be very interesting, Alabama, Georgia, because that's probably going to be their last stand, or I should say DeBoer's last stand.
What do you think the point spread is going to be in that?
Well, I don't know. I was way wrong in the USF Florida one. So I would say it's probably
10 points plus Georgia.
Imagine that. Georgia, a double-digit favorite over Alabama. Wow.
All right, I'm looking here real quick at Hard Rock. I'm going to see if I can pull this up in time. But Alabama's next opponent is?
Wisconsin, I believe.
And so most people are thinking that it's going to be an easy
That's not
walk.
a gimme.
Yeah, like where are they coming from?
After the way they played against Florida State, that is not a gimme.
Right. Why would you ever consider any of these games against a team that didn't really show any? And by the way, there are Bama fans that are agreeing with us. There are other Bama fans that are still trying to explain away what happened. Some of them are saying it's not Ty Simpson's fault. It was everything else.
There's no explaining away what happened in that game.
Everything else around him was what was wrong. No, it was all wrong. Okay. And Ryan Grubb was wrong. Kalen DeBoer was wrong. They brought in Ryan Grubb to right the ship and put the band back together, and they didn't get anything out of it. Ty Simpson, to Matt's prediction that he did get right, was he's been around forever. What has he done? And it's not like
he's a guy.
It's not like we were expecting great things, but you certainly were expecting something that looked a little more like what you've seen in the Crimson.
He will play better at home. There's no doubt he will play better at home. So will they.
Yeah.
But it's not a given that they're going to beat Wisconsin.
No. All right. So I'm just looking to see. That's the next.
I would bet on it that they're going to beat them. But would I be shocked if Wisconsin won that game? No.
Well, that's not even this weekend. Is what I'm trying to look for.
Who do they got? Okay. Oh, they got Monroe. They got Monroe.
Yeah.
But the next breathing opponent is Wisconsin in 2 weeks.
By the way, who ironically, Monroe was the team in 2007 that beat Nick.
Yeah.
Where Nick uttered the famous words that he likened that loss to Pearl Harbor. Remember that?
And he was not joking. Okay, he was not joking. All right, it's XL Primetime. We will definitely stay on the college football front. Back to your Jags. Golf Club of Southampton Wednesday. Don't forget, you can enjoy a great game, 9-hole game. They got Skins game inside that night of action tonight, which means not only are you going to maybe if you throw a dart at a flag, you can win a skin, but you also will have a 30% of that will come out just to anybody with a wild random draw. So you don't have to be the best golfer. You still got a chance to win some cash. So call 287-PLAY. Get on the tee sheet tonight.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. It's the secret sauce of a successful football team.
This is a special group of men.
Each week, Superior Plumbing spotlights the special teams player of the game.
It was complete domination in all three phases.
That's how you win football games.
On 1010XL.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and Triumph has branched off from on-road to off-road. Give us the latest on what they've got.
They've got the 250 and the 450. Rick Carmichael designed these bikes himself, and they are bad to the bone.
So you're talking about a really cool effect from a bike off-road that Triumph had on-road forever.
It is, and it's out there winning races, and it is fun to ride.
Check it out, Cycles of Jacksonville, their showroom on Atlantic near Regency, or online on their Facebook page.
Say goodbye to glasses and contacts with customized vision treatments at Bowden Eye & Associates. Hey, Hicken here. Dr. Bowden and his expert team bring you all the latest options like Evo implantable Caliber lenses, refractive lens exchange, or traditional LASIK. Tailored just for you. Imagine waking up to clear vision. No hassle, no fuss. You ready to see the difference? Call now or visit BowdenEye.com for a free screening. Bowden Eye & Associates, keeping the first coast focused.
Learn everything you need to know about the Jaguars on Duval Rundown. I'm Hayes Carlyon. Join me each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning at 9:04. You can find Duval Rundown on all the social channels of 1010XL.
Driven by Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Westside.
There are three certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Hicken here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
Want a fresh and flavorful tailgate this season? Chicken Salad Chick has scratch-made Southern-style chicken salad perfect for lunch, parties, and your tailgate. Order 3 ways at one of 4 area locations. Call 1-833-MY-CHICK or online at chickcatering.com.
Have you ever dreamed of owning a handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm? Well, now you can. This is Frank Frangie for the farm in Okefenokee, just an hour north of Jacksonville in Folkestone. With only 250 cabins at full build-out, it's a rare chance to live off-grid, but not alone, in a community grounded in nature, food, and purpose. The amenities include a 2,300-acre hunting lease. Learn more at okefarm.com. That's okefarm.com.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Did you know that for every inch of rain on a 2,000 square foot roof, 1,500 gallons come off the eaves of the roof? Call Clearwater Seamless Gutters and Drainage, and we'll design a plan using our Clearwater Seamless Gutters, and we'll connect those gutters to a Clearwater drainage system to solve your erosion and standing water issues.
Clearwater Seamless Gutters. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at gutters. And drainage, too.
SeamlessGuttersJacksonville.com.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, visit AA Automotive on Richard Street. For oil changes to complex repairs, AA Automotive is a full-service repair shop for personal and commercial fleet vehicles. Trust AA to keep your ride running A-OK.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Our next guest is not affiliated with the NFL or Jacksonville Jaguars.
Discussion of injuries is solely based on opinion.
Now, the Bari Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Injury Breakdown.
I'm coming in hot.
It's so good to see Gio's face. Dr. George Barr, you know it's the kickoff to the season when the man makes time to break away from his surgical schedule. Dr. George Barr. Gio! How you doing, bud?
What's up, man?
We're fired up and ready to go.
Yeah.
We're so jacked for the game. I know you are. The young sons, Michael and George, right?
They're excited.
Oh, they're pumped. Do you have Travis Hunter jerseys for them, or what are we wearing? We are wearing 12s?
Yeah.
Really?
To be honest, man, it's the jersey for my 5-year-old. It's jersey of the day.
Okay.
Right? But he loves Parker Washington.
I love it.
He loves Parker Washington. He wore
Prime
Parker
for a
Washington.
good year.
That's
quick
so
story.
random.
He was wearing Parker Washington jersey.
Yeah.
We were in the stadium. There's like 5 other people wearing it.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, look, someone's wearing that jersey. He wanted to go say hi. Turned out to be his mom. So his mom was and his family members super excited. She gave my wife her number. She said, call me after the game. Text me. I'll have you meet him. So she texted us. We went to the back. We met Parker Washington.
That's so cool.
Chatted with my son, gave him a high five, took pictures, signed his jersey. So my son is like Parker Washington fan.
That is so cool. I like that's a good mom too, right there. By the way, that is pretty awesome. All right, Dr. George Barry, fellowship trained under the renowned Dr. James Andrews. If you do have a sports injury question, shoot one to us. 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, because guys that came through injuries during the offseason trying to get back. I think we asked you, Gio, about Travis Hunter, and we don't know what the injury is going to look like because they just said upper body. Who the hell knows?
We're still saying just upper body.
Yeah. We really, like, they kind of zeroed in and maybe made it a little less vague, but still, we don't know. The other guy that did wear a Jaguar uniform that I want you to at least chime in on, Gabe Davis, finally got picked up yesterday. He was added to the Bills practice squad. He is still recovering from the torn meniscus last year that basically ended his Jaguars career. They released him in May. Describe how tough it is to come back from a torn meniscus if he's still trying to recover from it.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's been a while. It's been 10 months, almost maybe 11 months. But coming back from a torn meniscus, if it's a repair, is usually a 6-month process. The fact that he's this far out and still, what they're saying, still struggling is a little bit worrisome. And we always say just because you can do something doesn't mean you're able to do it.
Good
right?
point.
And so that those are two different things. And so the question is, how's he doing? How's his knee? How's his explosiveness? You can definitely have a meniscus repair and still have some knee pain that lingers and doesn't go away. And, I don't know if he's on the practice squad because of that or because of how he is,
period
in general. But if it is because of the knee, it's definitely worrisome that he's this far out and still struggling.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk globally now with Travis Hunter, okay? The upper body injury. We don't know if it's sternum, if it's shoulder. He's got some upper body injury. And a kid that size, I call him a kid, a player that size, it's not going to be too much of a hit for that thing, no matter what it was, right? To kind of become a factor again.
Yeah. It depends what it is. I mean, it's a very vague statement, upper body. I mean, that can mean anything.
It could, but typically the NFL injuries upper body. Am I wrong, Joe? Rib, sternum.
Well, no, I
collarbone.
think, and I'm actually guessing here too, but I believe in the preseason they can be more vague. And you'll hear lower body or lower leg or upper body. I believe they can be more vague when you're in regular season ball. I think you have to disclose what it is.
So we'll know tomorrow,
maybe or this afternoon with the first.
This afternoon. Okay.
I also question if he should just maybe play defense because listen, it's different taking a hit as opposed to giving a hit. Right? You can hit somebody and maybe turn your body a different way so you don't use the part that's hurt.
Right.
Well, if you're getting hit, you're getting hit. Doesn't matter.
So it's so funny because that's a good point, but we go back and forth with this. Rules protect receivers more now than ever. They're still going to get hit. They're still going to, but they protect them now more than ever. And then, Leon, we were talking about the fact defensively, he's going to have to come up and he's going to have to meet a 220-pound, 215-pound running back with force and try and bring him
Not only that, lineman. It's inevitable. It's going to happen in the game. You can't hide them. I mean, because the offensive coordinator, if he sees him on whatever side he's on, he's going to run at him.
Yeah,
he's
either side of the ball.
Either side of the ball, you're not going to be able to hide him. So he's going to have to he's going to have to make business decisions. Okay, either get low.
Which is kind of where I was headed with this whole thing. It's at some point is he going to have to start making business.
Well, it's funny because it's been pointed out by a lot of our primetimers. The dude who coached him made a lot of business decisions in his career, and it worked out okay. Deion Sanders. He knew when to take on and be physical, but most of the time he did his work as a craftsman and just picked off footballs. So we'll see whether he can do it or not. But
I don't need my corners to be linebackers.
No.
I want my corners to cover.
Yeah, exactly. Pick off the football. So we'll see where it goes.
To be fair, is a lot thicker than Travis Hunter.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but look up his playing weight.
I bet he was a lot more thick.
I don't know how much more, and the players are certainly bigger, faster, stronger now. But I keep maintaining, like Gio, Devonta Smith for the Philadelphia Eagles was 10 pounds lighter than Travis Hunter when he came in the league. He was in
200.
Yeah, 200. Okay, so we're 10, 12 pounds. We're not talking about a lot. Anyway, you can be wiry strong and hold up.
Yeah, you can. Look, it depends what his injury is. I wonder if we'll find out more as week goes on.
Today or tomorrow, yeah.
But it's hard to say without knowing what it is.
Yeah.
Right. All right, let me give you a question that we got as far as one of our XL Primetime listeners. You guys can definitely shoot them to us, 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Doc, herniated disc, L5, S1, old sports injuries, then go into pain management. Did injections, did the ablation, physical therapy, and it all seems to be getting worse. When do you decide to have fusion surgery?
Yeah, so look, you get a fusion, one if it's indicated. I don't know what the MRI looks like, but let's just assume that you are a candidate for a fusion. You get it once you fail conservative treatment, right? Once you failed the injections and the physical therapy, and not only have you failed it, now you're saying, look, I'm kind of miserable, right? Mm-hmm. My life is miserable. I can't do what I want to do. And then at that point, you do the fusion. If it doesn't hurt that much and it doesn't bother you, or you know that there's only certain things that you can't do and you're okay with it, maybe you leave it. Mm-hmm. But if you're miserable and it affects your life, then I would do it. And then also, if the MRI shows it's pushing on the nerve severe enough to the point where you should just get it anyways, then I would get that also.
Then you have to deal with the reality of it. Yeah. Hopefully you'll get better from it. Listen, you affect our life in a positive way every time you're here, okay? Thank you, sir. Dr. George Bari, BariOrthopedics.com. Log on, check him out. You'll find locations across the city, and he can help you. Joint pain, really getting back to good joint health. He can do it. Dr. George Barry. We have got Scotty Hansen, he of the NFL Red Zone, coming up.
XL Primetime, driven by big #1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle. New coaches.
The future. That's truly what's exciting.
New players.
I bring the juice every day.
New season.
We've done some great things this offseason.
This is where the dream begins, and Duval is downright ready.
Time to go.
Now, it's for real. Jaguars, Panthers, Sunday at 1 on the home of the Jaguars, 1010XL.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists returns with their free bumps and bruises evaluation clinics this season. Now with 4 locations, these free injury assessments are open to all schools and athletic programs. Saturday mornings through October from 9 to 10 at Cortex Sports Performance in Ponte Vedra. Preferred PT in Fleming Island and Brooks Rehab on Centurion Parkway and World Golf Village.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This right here, this is where it starts. With a little flame and a lot of love. When the air cools or the night falls, fire brings the warmth. But it's what we bring to the table that matters. Slow smoked barbecue. Stories that stretch long. Laughter that lingers. And moments that just feel full. That's why it's always Sunny's here.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnick Buick GMC is proud to be the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Earned by treating customers with courtesy, respect, and fairness. All part of Nimnick's Treating You Right guarantee. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer. Nobody but Nimnick. For 3 generations, Nimnick has been the place customers keep coming back to. They treat you right, and they give a bunch back to the community. Visit NimnickBuickGMC.com today to learn more or visit their showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
Brackish Vodka, the spirit of the sportsman and proud partner of the Jaguars, is now available at the Fresh Market Spirits and Wine. The Fresh Market Spirits and Wine is a new adult beverage store offering spirits, wine, beer, and accessories at A1A North in Ponte Vedra, a first-of-its-kind destination for thoughtfully curated spirits, wine, and beer as only the Fresh Market can. And now, you can get Brackish Vodka at the Fresh Market. Brackish Vodka, for whatever your sport is. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Here's a reminder to get screened. Ackerman Cancer Center offers on-site imaging and other diagnostic services. Early detection saves lives. Visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Football is back, and so is Prize Picks. You know what that means? It's time to play and win with America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with more than 10 million active members. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch your winnings roll in. Brian Thomas have more or less than 74.5 yards against Carolina? Will Jaden Daniels have more or less than 228.5 passing yards against the Giants? It's just that simple. But here's the best part. Prize Picks offers an injury insurance reboot. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks won't count it as a loss. Prize Picks invented Flex Play, which means you can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. And all Prize Picks withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code 1010XL and get $50 instantly when you play 5. That's 1010XL and get $50 instantly when you play 5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Jacksonville Hickens calling it. Checkmate Coatings, my MVP. Tough, slick floors that dominate any space.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farrah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
All right, it's Wednesday XLP. We are 4 days away from the start of the Jaguars season. We got Scott Hansen of the NFL Red Zone coming up shortly. Joe's off real quick. I think it might have something to do with the 17 shrimp he ate.
Yeah, he ate a few.
May or may not have something to do with that.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. But we're going to bring Scott Hansen up here. We're going to break down a little of the first week of the NFL season. We got Scott on the Checkmate phone line right now. Scott, good afternoon. How are you, man?
Gentlemen, is Joe, Leon, Matt, full house?
Yeah. Well, Joe's not here because Joe had like 17 shrimp before the start of these shows, so I don't know where he is right now, actually. There's something weird going on right now.
I can tell you where he is. If he had 17 shrimp and one of them wasn't quite right, I can tell you where
Right. We all know where that's headed. Which leads us,
gentlemen.
Happy
football season.
Happy football season to you, Scotty. Here, Joe's walking in right now, bro. Here he is.
I was talking with Gio.
Sure you were. Yeah. You had that 17 shrimp, and Scott said, I know exactly where Joe is. One of those shrimp was bad.
Listen, I can eat that much shrimp. I know I can. Scott, how are you, man?
I'm doing well. Good to talk with you, Joe. Happy New Year, man.
It is Happy New Year. It's so funny because you say that in such a perfect and happy way. It's kind of like Matt Hayes did with the college football whenever.
Christmas morning.
Yeah,
yes.
It's Christmas morning. So we'll take both of them. That's for sure. But how stoked are you, Scott, to know that you've got your next, 18 Sundays reserved that you got to lock in?
Yeah, I texted my mom not too long ago. I'm like, Mom, I'm 54 years old. I still feel like a new man at the beginning of football season. Like, just absolutely ready to go. In fact, we're just talking on the phone, of course, but I'm in the studio right now. And just to be around the equipment and the atmosphere, the wall of monitors that I stare at, I'm like, oh, man, we are just a few days away from rocking and rolling in an 8-game early window, hitting an octo box and showing you every touchdown from every game. It's fantastic. I can't wait.
Now, Scott, what are your projections for the season? Is it going to be your usual suspects, or are there any newcomers you can see in the NFC or AFC that make some noise?
I still think the high end is the high end. I mean, you show me where the Philadelphia Eagles got bad, right? Their roster might be even better. Like the two rookie corners they had last year were both all rookie, and they're going to take a second year. They're learning how to play NFL defense, right? Their front seven on defense is absolutely nasty. Offensive line, a little bit of flux and injury concerns and whatnot. Jalen Hurts ought to at least stay the same, if not get better. Saquon should not have to go for 2,000 yards. I think the Eagles are still the class of the NFC, but Washington was their dance partner in the NFC title game. Detroit's Super Bowl window is still open by most people's estimations, certainly mine. San Francisco's still hanging around. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have made the playoffs more frequently than any other NFC team. And then there's always going to be a surprise or two, but those teams that I just named in the NFC, one of them most likely would be the Super Bowl representative. And then in the AFC, is Mahomes still playing quarterback in Kansas City? Okay. Is Josh Allen still playing quarterback in Buffalo? Is Lamar still in charge in Baltimore? Those teams seem to be above the rest right now, although I think that AFC West could be real exciting. Denver Broncos are a sneaky team whose defense was awesome last year, and Bo Nix showed some flashes as a rookie quarterback. If he takes that second-year leap and Sean Payton establishes a little bit more of what he loves to, Denver could be really good. Jim Harbaugh with another year with the L.A. Chargers. And we've got that game in Brazil right out the chute, Chargers-Kansas City. AFC West is going to be a fantastic division, I think, this year. But the usual suspects are still the usual suspects for me, Leon.
Scott is just jacked.
I love him.
I mean, he is just jacked right now, man.
Yeah, I can't help it.
Oh, my gosh. All right, so listen, we're going to get into more football and the Jags. But before we do that, explain to people how the sausage is made, how many producers are in your ear during that 7-hour stretch, how hectic is it, and just the craziness that goes on.
Yeah, so I stand in front of a wall of monitors watching every game that's active at the same time. I also have a monitor that is tapped into the scoreboards of every stadium that's currently active.
Wow.
So I can see the exact game clock synchronized to the second. I have what we call a program monitor, which is what you see in your living room. I've got a monitor that tells me this is what the audience is seeing at any given moment. And then I've got a researcher and a spotter sitting immediately to my right with laptop computers to be able to feed me. Yeah, that was a 32-yard run, not a 31-yard run. And whatever, Jared Goff is up to 289 yards passing now. All of those things, they're feeding me live. In this control room, there are 15 to 20 people at any given time where they're talking amongst themselves, talking about where we're going, where we're going to next, how we're going to execute it, changes that might be coming in, graphics that we need to put in, social media elements, all those type of things.
God.
They all talk to the producer. The producer is the only one truly who has a green light to get in my ear at any given time, because I'm not only listening to the producer, I'm listening to the games that are going on.
Right.
And you want to maintain a train of thought, which is difficult to do. You guys are broadcasters. It's hard to really be cogent when someone else is talking in your ear, telling you something different than what is coming out of your mouth. But we're good at it now. This is season 17, and people tell me they love watching the show. So I'm thankful that it comes out looking like a pretty good product.
Yeah, it looks like madness on the back end, but perfection on the outside end, like you said, what people see. We're talking with Scott Hansen. He hosts the NFL Red Zone on Sundays, and he already mentioned a couple of the great phrases that you will hear from him. We had a texter bring it up because I don't know which one's my favorite. Octobox, he already said it. Witching hour is another one. And then when wins become losses and losses become wins. And look,
I am told that there are text threads around the world, because NFL, the number one export of NFL football is NFL Red Zone. It's available in any country with an internet connection outside of the United States. And so I'm told there are text threads around the world that will say, Scott just called the witching hour. In other words, stop what you are doing. I don't care what's going on. Your full attention needs to be right now on the television. And it's the best hour in sports television for my money. It's the best hour because something jaw-dropping is going to happen in the next 60 minutes.
All right, I'm looking at the Pro Bowler over there, Leon Searcy, and you can appreciate this, Leon, because you've been in these games where either you think you've got it in the bag and it's ripped away from you, or you are on the south end of a scoreboard, and all of a sudden you take control. You've been in those moments. You know exactly what Scott's talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. I've had my heart ripped out of my chest, and I've been filled with exuberance when we win the game that we ain't supposed to win. So that's what the red zone's all about.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Up and
the
downs
fourth
of
quarter of
emotions.
the game. You think about it. It's conditioning. It's execution in the most crucial moments. And the other guy on the other side of the line is thinking the same exact thing. And this Sunday, we have 8 games in the early window. So I'll call the witching hour probably around 3 o'clock Eastern, give or take, right? You just write the 8 scores or take a screenshot of the scoreboard that we put up on the screen showing you the 8 scores. Take a screenshot of it then, and then wait 60 minutes or more until all those games are finished. Take another screenshot of it afterwards, and I guarantee you 2, 3, 5 of them will be the trailing team ends up leading or winning the game. And it never fails. It's absolutely, it delivers every time. And it's a thrill to be in the captain's chair for it.
Yeah, captain's chair is a good way to put it because you direct us in the right direction as far as games are concerned. So listen, we love getting you on. That's number one. Missed you last year, but happy that we're able to get you on as Red Zone will come up on Sunday. But the reason we always we have the sidebar reason. It's the 7 hours, 8 hours that you put in where you cannot go take a leak. And so, JJ, roll the tape. We want to know if you've been through this, Scott, if this is what it feels like.
I'm telling you, I've had this condition since I was 11 years old. I've been in and out of hospitals my whole life. I have no control over it. Doctors have told me that when I feel it, the best thing to do is just release it. Otherwise, I could die.
Have you ever felt like that, Scott, in the 7 hours?
Neuromyositis.
Yeah, exactly. It's a severe...
The answer is truly no. And you want to know why? I avoid shrimp and all shellfish 24 hours before the show.
Best. That is the best. That is the best. On a day that we had a tub of fried shrimp, that is the best. All right, so I know you're not like into prediction, but and Leon asked you the question. You're still going to go with the brands, but who do you like that you think can get out of the box hot that may surprise some people?
Yeah, well, if you say surprise, that changes it a little bit. I mentioned the Denver Broncos. I think they're kind of an it team to pick this year. I would think, that would definitely be a surprise. But again, I still think that the cream of the crop is still the cream of the crop. Another team in the West that might do a couple things. The Seattle Seahawks, believe it or not, the Seattle Seahawks. People are piling dirt on Cooper Kupp. And I realize DK Metcalf is gone and whatnot, but JSN will have to step up. And if Sam Darnold is actually Sam Darnold of 2024, if that's the real Sam Darnold, if he's unlocked his quarterback code, like why not? Why not Seattle? I think that whole NFC West, you could make a case for any one of those four teams winning that division. I actually like the Arizona Cardinals as well. I think Trey McBride could end up being the best tight end in football this year. Kyler, look, it starts and ends with the quarterback. When Kyler's healthy, plays a full season, he's one of the best dual threat weapons that there is. They got a couple good running backs. Obviously, James Conner has gotten it done. Trey Benson, the backup running back, I like him as well. But Marvin Harrison needs to prove that he's a top 5 pick. Yeah. He had an okay season last year. He scored, a pretty good chunk of touchdowns, didn't quite have the volume of catches. But if he steps up, you could say Arizona could be a surprise team in there. And then I don't know if it would really surprise people or not because they have been to the playoffs, 5 straight years. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers as well. Baker Mayfield had himself a season last year. And I know Chris Godwin is out for the beginning of the season, but they've been raving about the rookie out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbuka, to pair with Mike Evans. And you talk about Bucky Irving, a running back who had one of the best. He was all rookie last year at the running back position. Look out for the Bucs in the NFC South in a division that I think is very winnable. They could end up with double-digit wins, get a home playoff game or two. Buccaneers could make some noise this year if you're looking for surprise teams.
All right, Scott, you've got the entire Florida's First Coast waiting, pins and needles.
I know.
Tell us about the Jags and what kind of connection do you see with Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence?
It's got to be good because if not now, when?
Right.
For Trevor Lawrence, right? Let's be real. Let's be real. And I like Trevor Lawrence. I think he's absolutely capable. I play fantasy football. I took BTJ, Brian Thomas Jr., with my first pick. That's how confident I think the Jags are going to be really, really good in the passing game this year. I put trust in Trevor Lawrence, but this is a referendum year. And Liam Cohen, he was, gets a lot of credit for being the whisperer for Baker last year in his tremendous season. It's time. It's time to put it together. I think the Jags are going to have to win games, get out in front, and let those two really good edge rushers close out games in the back. I think it's doable because I also think the AFC South is not that tremendous. I think most people are probably predicting the Houston Texans, but are they really that strong? C.J. Stroud didn't take a leap last year that people expected. So the Jags absolutely in play in that division and therefore in play for a playoff berth. And then why not make some noise in the postseason? But it's got to come together. It's got to be the quarterback. It's got to be. It's now for Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, 100%, man. I think everyone's nodding their head yes, all of Duval hoping it does happen and knows that it needs to happen. Well, listen, man, always great catching up. First met him at the TiVo draft night at the Crondo.
That's right.
Time, and you've done great things with the Tim Tebow Foundation through the years, and so always great catching up, man. Enjoy it. No shellfish, 7 hours straight through.
Leon, Matt, Joe, great to be with you. Great to have football back, and we'll see you all on Sunday.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Take care.
All right.
Thanks, man.
See you guys.
All right, that's awesome. So, yeah, he loves it. He loves it.
He's jacked right now, man.
It's so funny because remember we had Katrick on caffeine when he was whatever we was doing, U.S. Open or something like that, how fired up he was. That's Scotty. He's always fired up, ready to go, man.
Imagine how exhausted he is after that day.
He's tapped.
God.
Yeah, he's tapped. All right, good stuff, though. We appreciate Scott Hansen, NFL Red Zone. You will hopefully see the Jaguars make NFL Red Zone multiple times and early on Sunday if you are sitting at home watching it. All right, it is XL Primetime Golf Club of Southampton Wednesday, 287 play. Give them a shout. Come on out, 9-hole game, skins game, food, prizes, all happening. Would love to see you talking ball and swinging the golf club tonight.
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios.
If you're tired of weekend projects turning into weekend disasters, you're not alone. Building a fence isn't as easy as it looks. And let's face it, your neighbor still hasn't fixed his lopsided masterpiece. But Superior Fence and Rail makes it easy. Highly trained professionals, top quality materials, and a fence you'll love for years to come. Skip the stress and call the pros today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
When the unexpected happens, you shouldn't have to face it alone. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, we're here to fight for you. Whether it's an auto accident or a slip and fall, our Jacksonville team takes care of every detail, from investigating the incident to securing multi-million-dollar verdicts, so you can focus on getting better. And remember, you don't pay a dime unless we win your case. Our commitment is 24/7, bringing you the real support from real people who really care. Campione Law, your dedicated partners in justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
It's time for the Plumbing 411 from Superior Plumbing and Pipelining. Clogged drains happen when grease, soap, hair, and debris build up over time. Even tree roots can invade your pipes. All this leads to the annoying water pooling in your sink or tub. Superior Plumbing and Pipelining has the tools and know-how to clear stubborn clogs and keep them from coming back. Don't ignore a slow drain. It could lead to bigger problems. Make the superior choice when your drains are clogged and learn more at SuperiorPlumbingJacks.com.
The Money Pages brings you the Red Zone featured player of the week. Number 1, Jaguars running back Travis Etienne Jr. Travis played college ball for the Clemson Tigers and was drafted by the Jags in the first round in 2021. Pick up this week's Jags game program with a commemorative ticket of Travis Etienne inside. Download the Money Pages app for weekly specials. Money Pages, official sponsor of your Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm Frank Frangie, and I just got back from the farm at Okefenokee. Man, it's incredible. Just an hour north of Jacksonville and Folkestone. I was so impressed. It's about connecting with nature, with food, with community, and now you can own your very own handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm. Everything you need is there. You'll hardly need to go grocery shopping. Learn more about all of it at okefarm.com. That's OKEfarm.com, the farm at Okefenokee.
At Hurricane Grill and Wings, the wings are fresh, the drinks are cold, and the game is always on. With 30 bold flavors, ice-cold beer, and handcrafted cocktails, there's no better place to kick back and catch every play. Escape the ordinary. Your home for sports is Hurricane Grill and Wings.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. Hurricanes happen in Florida. That's not news. But what happens even more often than hurricanes are home break-ins. And if security is important to you, you might want to look into hurricane-rated impact windows.
What you may not know is that hurricane-rated impact windows not only help protect your home in case of a hurricane, but they also offer another level of security for your home.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube that show people trying to break through an impact window? A thief is way too lazy to spend his energy trying to break through one of our impact windows. That's why he doesn't have a real job like you. He'd rather break your non-impact window while you're at work. Window World has high-quality, very affordable hurricane-rated impact windows to help protect your home from hurricanes and from lazy thieves.
Call us today at 904-443-7001. Get a free estimate and see for yourself. You save energy, get more security, and the windows add value to your home. With all Window World windows, you get the best guarantee in the window replacement business. Window World, simply the best for less.
And thank you for your business.
On game day, you trust your team. On storm day, trust the people's roofer. Morgan Conley Roofing. Born here, built here, staying here. MorganConleyRoofing.org. License number CCC 1333544.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Cool Down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, my takeaway is it's game week, fellas. NFL game week. Got to get hyped for this one. I mean, the Jaguars have got a Carolina team that's coming into town, and you got to play well. You got to start. I know it's Carolina. Can't take it for granted. You got to do whatever you need to do to come away with this win because I don't even want to think about a loss. I don't even want to put it in my head. You got to win this game. Absolutely, it's parallel that you got to win this game. And I just hope this team comes out there and plays well. I hope we don't see what we saw last year. I hope this team is much more refined, a lot more energy, high-level execution. I want to see rhythm on the offensive side of the ball. I want to see running. I want to see precise route running, catching the ball, getting separation defense. I want us to play with intensity. I want us to swarm. I want us to be optimistic, strip fumble, all that.
That's
kind of
all?
stuff. That's it. I ain't asking for much.
Perfection
That's
is
it.
what he's asking
I got a
for.
menu of stuff that I need. I need check marks by every one of them. That's all I'm asking for. I need y'all.
Yeah.
Give me y'all. That's all I need.
And just because we haven't seen it in a long time doesn't mean we shouldn't expect it.
That's right.
Yeah, I think my takeaway is honestly, I just want them to be able to respond to adversity. That's all. It's not asking too much, is it?
No.
Just respond to adversity. Don't go and do the fetal position and tank. When adversity hits, because it will in that game, respond to it.
The one thing I always like to say is be mistake-free instead of mistake-prone, because I think that's what they were. They were just mistake-prone. They were just one thing after another. And I do think the other thing is just that either lack of effort or lack of organization. And it looked like dysfunction. And I hated it. And all of Duval, we know that you guys want this in a worse way. And I'm believing until I have a reason not to. And hope like heck that the new coaching staff, the new regime, the new power structure that's there, what Big Bo has done, what Jimmy Gladstone's has done, and what Liam hopefully can do on Sundays. And it feels a little different because there have been guys that have had to compete all the way through camp, legitimately compete for playing time because nothing is guaranteed to these guys right now because they don't have any reason to guarantee these guys anything. You've said that, Leon. You've been very consistent with that. What have they done to prove you got to win your job every day? Every day. And so I'm just hoping like heck that's what we get from this group on Sunday. Let's see what we get from this next group coming up.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
All right, Taylor Dahl joins us now. Helmets and Heels, ready to rock and roll.
We are. We're ready to go.
Yeah, and we're just thinking about, like Leon said, he had a laundry list of what he'd like to see happen. And it's because we didn't see any of it happen on any regular basis last year. There's nothing wrong with asking for what you're expecting to see.
Yeah, I think there are some boxes you definitely want to start seeing checked. And some of those are in the critical situations, the short down situations, red zone situations, that turnover ratio we've talked a lot about. You want all of those things to start to improve. And I do think if you see that early on, you will feel like the coaching staff already is making an impact, which I think will be beneficial because I do think a lot of people, even though there is a decent amount of turnover, felt like that maybe some of the talent on the team last year wasn't used properly or weren't in the right spots or weren't being coached right. So how much does just the coaching change things? And I think that's what you'll see or not see early on, but hopefully it's a positive thing.
It's so funny. We were talking to Scott Hansen from the Red Zone, and we're like, we just want to see the Jaguars on the Red Zone. Okay, that's really what you're hoping for. All right, what's coming up?
Yeah, we have a lot since we do not have show Thursday because of Jaguars programming. We'll be back tomorrow, the Liam Cohen Show. We are going to go ahead and get into our season predictions of division winners and wild card and Super Bowl and all of that fun stuff. So we'll get into that. We'll also get in. We'll talk a lot about the game today too. Some of our predictions of what we, I guess, want to see happen, more so of what will happen. So a lot of Jaguars, but just NFL in general. We'll get into all of it today.
All right, sounds good, Taylor. We'll be listening.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Helmets and Heels coming up. Taylor, Lauren, Tommy Mack, as they get it rocking and rolling. Big Sirs, thanks for
no hurricane reference. See, that's called growth, bro.
Yeah.
Growth.
She is.
Yeah, it's
just she's scared, bro. She just walked away. What did he say?
Yeah.
I said no.
You said you're scared.
No, I did
She doesn't like to relive the past, Leon.
Just act like it didn't happen. Just acting like it didn't happen.
There you go.
Great. All right, we're done.
I guarantee if they would have taken the dub, that would have been the
She'd have been taking a
first thing
victory
she
lap
said.
in here.
Absolutely.
You've been dancing all on your football grave over there. All right, we had a good time today. Golf Club of Southampton, thanks to them, 287 play. Still got time to make it on out. We've got good weather tonight, 9-hole game. Enjoy it. 287 play. Give them a shout at the Golf Club of Southampton. Big Sirs, Maddie, Josie, and JJ.